But up next on KW Magazine, and I'm sure you've heard the old adage, there's a nap for that. Indeed, driving while texting has become the leading cause of death among U.S. teens, and according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, driving while texting is 6 times more dangerous than driving while intoxicated. And as I say, in fact, there is an app for that. We're joined on the telephone by the inventor of such app. It is called messageLOUD, and Garen Toren joins us on the line. Good evening.
Good evening.
Appreciate you taking the time to chat with us. I guess in this case, it truly is an appropriate adage that there is an app for that. This is a serious problem that we're dealing with when it comes to texting and driving. I mean, the numbers are really staggering. According to the National Safety Council, at any given time during the day, approximately 660,000 drivers are using their cell phones while behind the wheel. This is a significant problem, isn't it?
Absolutely. And in fact, in British Columbia, they did a study in 2010, and they were able to tie 105 vehicle fatalities directly to the distracted driving pandemic.
Mm-hmm. How did the idea to come up with this app come about? What was the motivation, other obviously than the figures that we've just alluded to? How did you come upon the idea?
Sure, John. So I'm embarrassed to say that I was as guilty as the next person, emailing, texting, and even with my family in the car. And I thought to myself that there should be technology that can fix this. So I went out and I thought, if I can find an app for myself, I'll then use it. And after a lot of research, I found that actually this doesn't exist. I thought, well, how is it possible that my phone can have a sleep mode, it can have an airplane mode, but it doesn't have a drive mode? So really it started, John, from personal need, and then the more I dug into it, the more I realized that this is literally thousands and thousands and thousands of deaths each year that people can tie directly to smartphone usage in the car.
How does the app messageLOUD work?
So basically, we looked at the accepted security standards in a vehicle, and we broke this down into 2 compartments. The first compartment being listen. So you listen to a radio talk show, a CD, a podcast, and that is perfectly safe and acceptable. And then to touch things in your vehicle is acceptable as well. Think your lights, your windscreen wipers, your AC, and so on. So we designed messageLOUD to fit those existing security standards. So messageLOUD will read your text messages and your emails aloud to you as they arrive. You do not have to touch your phone. You do not have to look at your phone. You do not have to give your phone any voice instructions. It will read them out aloud to you as they arrive. And then we turned the entire smartphone screen into a touch screen, and with some very, very simple gestures, for example, a swipe up or a swipe down, you can delete the message, you can dismiss it to handle it later, or you can call the sender back.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that you had done some research, and essentially you weren't able to find anything that was functional, that was useful. Is there anything else out there that is similar to yours, or what makes yours unique?
So a couple of the cars themselves, noticeably Mercedes, BMW, Ford, GM, they can read your text messages aloud. But even those vehicles will give you a voice prompt, and you've got to talk to your car. And there have been many studies that have shown that talking to your vehicle, giving your vehicle instructions while you are driving, actually adds to the distracted driving problem and doesn't actually solve it. So from a text message point of view, there are a couple of very basic solutions, but what nobody has done to date is taken a commercial approach to fixing this problem. So not only personal email or personal text messages, but we've also added Gmail for work and Microsoft Exchange, because adults are just as guilty as teens. more than 50% of adults surveyed admit to texting and emailing while driving.
And the app, of course, works on any platform?
So right now we started with Android because that's the global leader, and we're a global company. So we began with Android, but now that we've completed Android, we're going to be adding iPhone in the summer of 2016.
Wonderful. Now, as you look forward to perhaps tweaking and obviously continuing to improve the functionality of the app, I suspect that feedback from users is essential. What are users telling you about it?
So one of the features. So let me start by saying that the app was actually finished in August of this year. The reason why we only went live in December is that we did not want to release a product to the marketplace that was for the tech heads and the innovators. So we actually spent about three months testing the app to make sure that when it went live, it was a robust app for pretty much everybody that drives a car. Now, during that test period, John, a couple of feature requests came out. One of them, for example, is the phone to detect when it's going a certain speed and ask the driver if they would like to go into drive mode. That was one of them, which we took to heart and will certainly be adding. And then requests for things like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Skype Messenger. We're going to be adding those three as well in the first half of 2016.
You're with KW Magazine on FM 98.5 CKWR. We're chatting with Garen Toran. He is the driving force behind a new app called messageLOUD. He is a CEO, in fact, and founder of the company. You alluded to adding additional components to the app. As you move forward, as you look into the future, could this essentially become part of a series of different apps? Do you have that in mind?
Yes, absolutely. So our plan is to begin with the current Android app. Then we're going to make a bunch of enhancements to it early in 2016. Then we're going to release the iPhone app, which our plan is to be complete by the end of summer. And then our very next step is to move into the Auto Store. So Android has a platform called Android Auto, and Apple has a platform called Apple CarPlay. And when you purchase a new vehicle, you're going to be able to choose between the vehicle's own operating system or Android or Apple. So our plan is to be the Read Your Messages Out Loud default app that is installed in your vehicle, no matter if you choose Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. We're also going to be extending it into the wearables world as well, starting with Android Wear, and then of course Apple iWatch as well.
I have heard in the past, as a result of those staggering statistics of associated accidents and deaths, that you can link directly to using a smartphone in the car. I've heard some politicians in some corners, and as well as law enforcement officials, perhaps suggest that we might come to a point in the not-too-distant future where the use of a smartphone in the vehicle will be outright banned. Do you fear, A, that would happen, and or perhaps conversely, does an app like yours, messageLOUD, essentially circumvent the need to take such drastic action?
You know, one thing that history has shown us countless times is that you cannot solve a problem as serious as this by just saying, don't do it. Because there have been countless organizations over the last decade and gathering momentum who've been attempting to have a don't text and drive, sign the pledge, commit to don't do it. And those are very, very, very noble ideas and worthwhile. And absolutely, if you yourself can put your phone down, turn it off while you're driving, or have a teen do the same, then that's first prize. The problem is that 90-something of people don't have that discipline and are going to carry on doing it. So we're going to, it's not like drinking and driving. We can't fix that with technology. But what we can do is we can fix this problem by letting people keep their eyes on the road and by not pushing any boundaries, by developing technology that fits within the existing safety best practices that are legal in Canada.
Wonderful, Garen. How do folks get more information on the app?
So you can download the app from the Google Play Store by just searching for messageLOUD, one word. But there's a ton of information at messageLOUD.com.
Good of you to join us. We appreciate your time and continued success.
Thank you, John. Happy holidays.
All the best. Happy holidays to you as well. Chatting with the CEO and founder of a company called messageLOUD. That, in fact, is the name of the app, messageLOUD. Garen Toren joined us on KW Magazine on FM 98.5 CKWR.